Hello traders, Gary Wagner here just about noon in Honolulu, 5 o'clock in New York on Tuesday, January 23rd, 2018, and this is the daily report for gold and silver. And what a day we're witnessing with a nice upside move in gold, taking it into uncharted territory for the year, closing up about $9.20 at $1341.10. We will talk about this in great detail as we pull up our technical studies. Silver trading lower for the better part of the day, but it did manage to close in positive territory, 1703, and that's putting it up 4 cents. Now, the dollar did break, and it continues to break hard to the downside, down about 30 points today, but at 89.88. And when we dissect today's move in gold, we saw that it was about 3 parts dollar weakness and 4 parts buying. So there was definitely buying in the market. There was also buying in the market when it comes to U.S. equities. Now, the Dow closed in essence unchanged, but we had new record highs in the Standard & Poor's 500, in the NASDAQ, as well as the Russell. And then finally, let's take a look at Bitcoin. It does look like it found a little bit of support. It came up sizably, roughly trading $1,000 higher off of the lows that it hit yesterday, 11,015 CBOE and 10,970 when we look at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange futures contract. Trading in gold today resulted in a moderate to strong price spike, but more importantly, taking pricing above a critical level of resistance. Gold is currently trading at $1340.80, putting it up about $8.90 on the day, and effectively it is closed at the highest closing price of this current calendar year. This is a new price high, or close I should say, as of 2018. Now the critical area that it closed above that I'm referring to is 1335. 1335 is a 78% retracement, and the retracement itself is from the highest high gold traded to last year, 1363, down to the end of the correction, which occurred when pricing bottomed at 1238. Now, although we have seen gold prices on 2 occasions last week trade and actually close above that particular resistance levels, it did it with dojis. And the dojis really showed some indecisiveness in the market. In other words, it didn't have that strength or follow through. And in fact, we saw that third doji come in, which led us to point out that we had a tri-star variation, although in this variation, it wasn't signaling a top, rather it was signaling consolidation, and what I now believe it was signaling was really a scouting party. We've talked about that pattern on many occasions. It's a point in time in which the bulls will test the fortitude of the bears by taking that, moving the price point above a certain resistance level and seeing if it could hold. Now, in the occasion, or in the instance of last week, it was not able to hold those price points. As I said, it came back down. But over these last 3 days, you can see that we've had a solid series of higher lows. We've had a series, not consecutive, of higher highs. And the culmination is today's move with a new price high in terms of the close effectively today at 1340. Of course, we have these 2 highs that exceed the highest high that gold has traded to this year, but on a closing basis, there's absolutely no doubt we are in new record territory. And traders, although the dollar had something to do with today's move, because the dollar is currently trading off by about 0.3%, currently down 29 points, this day's move was not all dollar based. You can absolutely see that when we pull up the Kitco Gold Index and look at physical or spot gold. And what we can see when we look at the KGX is that roughly it was 4 parts buying and 3 parts dollar weakness that attributed to today's totality in terms of the move. You've got spot gold currently trading up $7.70, currently fixed at $1340.80, and we have futures at $1341.10, up $9.20. Therefore, my recommendation is to maintain our current long position, to maintain our current stop. However, traders, I will be looking to move our stops up in the next couple of days. Right now, we would still want to put it below the lows over the last 3 days, which only takes us to about 1326. We currently have our stop at 1320, so it would be a small move up. You could in fact do that now, but I'd rather wait a day and see how the dust settles. I want to make sure that we form a base above this particular price point, because if that's the case, gold really has only one place to go, and that is to challenge these highs that came in last year. And traders, as far as silver is concerned, it did close higher on the day, up about 5 cents, closing at 1704. However, for the better part of the day, it was actually trading under pressure, trading in negative territory. You can see these lows here at 1672, which corresponds, of course, to the 50-day moving average, this being the 200-day moving average. It is still inverted. Now, it did close effectively above both averages. That, to me, is bullish, but it is still mired in this very narrow range right here. You can see that of opens and closes, and I am still not nearly as bullish about silver as I am about gold. I still am maintaining a neutral stance on the precious white metal. And traders, last, I do want to take a quick look at the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. It does appear as though we might be witnessing some sort of a double bottom in the market, with support at about $10,000 per coin. Sizable move today, up almost $1,000, $980, closing above $11,000 per Bitcoin. Now, even though it is closed above 11,000, I still believe we could have real resistance at 12,000. We can see that as these series of highs that came in between the 16th of this month and today's date. So the question is, have we seen the lows in Bitcoin? Is the last couple of moves down to 10,000 significant in that they're showing us real support for this cryptocurrency? And will it now trade within a narrow defined range between 10 and 12, or will it have the ability to once again move higher, breaking above $12,000 per coin? Traders, on a technical basis, gold has nowhere to go but to challenge last year's highs up at 1363. When you look at it closely, what you'll see is that on a closing basis last year, not on a record intraday high, but on a closing basis, 1351 is the number we've got to take out. We are within striking distance of that number, with gold closing at 1341. I do expect gold prices to take that price out, and to do it rather soon. This has been Gary Wagner, wishing you, as always, good trading. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another daily and review. Bye-bye.